Hello everyone, welcome to Inside Ascension, where we present positive stories from our beautiful parish for and about the people who live here. I'm John Connolly.
And I'm Marshall Courtney. Here's your Ascension update. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has revised flood maps affecting property owners within the Bayou Conway watershed. The revisions have placed some properties previously outside of flood zones into flood zones. So property owners are encouraged to contact your insurance companies before the changes take effect to decide how the flood zones change could potentially influence your flood coverage moving forward. You can contact the Ascension Parish Floodplain Coordinator for more information or if you have any questions about the FEMA flood zone changes.
Ascension Parish residents now have a Citizen Service Center for you to use when making service requests and to track work orders associated with your request. For example, to report a tree down in a road or a broken water main in your neighborhood. Simply call the Citizen Service Center at 450-1200, where your call will be answered by a real person during normal business hours, or you can go online anytime to ascensionparish.net. Click on the Citizen Service Center icon and you can create your service request electronically.
The Ascension Parish Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness has begun using a new community alert system. Residents and business owners are encouraged to register so you can receive valuable, potentially life-saving information in case of an emergency or natural disaster. You can sign up online at www.ascensionparish.net/OSEP to receive the alerts on your cell phone, home phone, by email, and other means. If you have questions or require assistance registering, contact Ascension OSEP at 225-621-8360.
The Ascension Parish Recreation Department has broken ground on a new park in Hillaryville. The park will be located at 5120 Galaxy Boulevard in Astroland subdivision behind the 5th Ward Fire Station. Phase 1 of the project includes a covered pavilion and handicap accessible restrooms and is expected to be completed by summer.
Congratulations to Ascension's Tyler Wagasback, who claimed his second world championship recently at the Professional Cowboys Association Rodeo in Las Vegas. In recognition of his second world title, Tyler had another day proclaimed in his honor. He had won after his first world title back in 2016, and Tyler was named an Ascension Ambassador. Tyler is an inspiration to many of us here in Ascension and a role model to all the young cowboys and cowgirls who dream of following in his footsteps. Congratulations, Tyler, for winning another championship and for the recognition your talents have brought to our community during your travels across our country and around the world.
Next, we'll take you to the Louisiana Regional Airport in Gonzales. You'll meet the dedicated folks at the Civil Air Patrol, and we'll show you how what they do benefits all of Ascension's residents.
Then Martin McConnell visits with Director of Tour Ascension, Tracy Browning. They'll let us know what events are coming to Ascension Parish you may want to check out. There's always something happening, plenty to see. Stay tuned for the Tour Ascension events calendar and make your plans accordingly.
You may not know when you or someone you love might need blood, but you'll surely hope it's available if you do. There are many in our community who donate to help ensure there's always a supply on hand when blood is needed. We'll take you to the Ascension Parish Department of Public Works Blood Drive, where parish employees are giving the gift of life.
And finally, you'll hear Martin and Tracy talk about this event later, the inaugural Lania Music and Seafood Festival. It comes to Irma Boulevard in Gonzales with a music lineup featuring Kenny Neal and his band. We'll preview what you'll hear at the festival.
We're so fortunate to have Kenny Neal and his brother Larry Neal, who works for Ascension Parish government, playing together for us. They'll end our show with a special dose of lanyap just for you. So stay with us, won't you? All of this comes up right now, Inside Ascension.
Mission base, Cap 1622. How do you read?
Civil Air Patrol actually came into being a week before Pearl Harbor occurred.
We read you loud and clear. Mission base out.
The primary purpose back in the day at that time was to patrol lakes, power plants, the coast.
Louisiana Regional, Cap 1622. Take taking runway 35, departing to the northeast.
So in today's world, like I say, Civil Air Patrol's primary purpose is to do emergency services. We do 90% of the continental U.S. search and rescue for the Air Force. So we're the Air Force's wing of search and rescue, continental U.S. and inland waterways. So Civil Air Patrol was organized. It was all volunteer, as it still is today. We are all volunteers here, as were the ones back in the 40s. But Civil Air Patrol's main job in the 40s during the war was to do coastal patrol on the Gulf of Mexico and up and down the eastern seaboard, which they did quite well. There have been quotes from German submarine captains that actually said they hated those little yellow airplanes because they really made life miserable for them. And they really couldn't do their job because there was somebody always keeping an eye on them. So the other thing that we do in that regard is look for lost persons. Civil Air Patrol is usually accredited yearly with numerous saves, lives saved. I think last year was in excess of 90 lives saved of people that we found that had been either lost hikers on mountains or downed aircraft or various things like that. Civil Air Patrol has the largest fleet of aircraft. Actually, they got about 550 single-engine aircraft similar to this one. This is a Cessna 182T. It's only a 4-year-old airplane. We were able to get this one directly from the factory just about 3 years ago. And this aircraft is the primary source of most Civil Air Patrol search and rescue exercises. The reason being is that it can fly at very low speeds, and that gives us time to really look at the ground carefully and pick out possible targets. The interior of the aircraft will have what we call the G1000. That's the advanced avionics system that we have in aircraft today. It's all computerized. It looks like TV screens. It's some of the most advanced avionics that we have in modern aircraft. Lieutenant Colonel Kathy Buford, who is our wing aerospace education officer, does an exceptional job in presenting aerospace to the public. She has made these presentations to over 100,000 people in her career. She is quite accomplished. She's been through some of the NASA training programs, and as a matter of fact, she has her own spacesuit. So over there is a display that she puts on at schools and various community affairs to bring people up to speed on what CAP does in the aerospace world. One of our primary missions, we have 3, is aerospace education, emergency services, search and rescue, and our cadet programs.
For example, we go into schools, we give free talks in schools about aerospace subjects, and I give out a free CD of my 17 shows that I do to teachers, and we've given away $1.5 million to free STEM kits to teachers. And so we have a program where we bring the teachers in, and the whole point is to give them STEM kits so we can encourage aviation in the general public.
Our cadet programs are really one of the main focuses of CAP, and we have one of the premier programs in the country as far as developing youth. And we have this program called the Aerospace Excellence Award. And I would like to call forward, first of all, Cadet Master Sergeant Morgan and Cadet Technical Sergeant Townsend. Well, the primary purpose today is to honor our parish president, Mr. Kenny Matassa, who has gone far and above to help support Civil Air Patrol in Ascension Parish.
Appreciate very much how you honored me, but you're the one that deserves the honor, because the people of Ascension Parish and surrounding area are so fortunate to have you here in Ascension Parish. When someone is missing in a boat or wherever, y'all go out anytime and leave your homes and go out and look for them and do a big service for Ascension Parish and the citizens. So I just want to thank you for everything y'all do, and I appreciate y'all being here in Ascension Parish. Thanks.
And also Mr. Rick Weber, who is the Director of Office of Emergency Preparedness. He too has worked extensively to help promote the cause of Civil Air Patrol in Ascension Parish.
Look, guys, thank you for the recognition. We appreciate it. As President Matassa said, we need to be honoring you. Not once have I ever asked this squadron to do anything that they couldn't perform, and I mean some adverse conditions that you did it in. Outstanding work. Look, I look forward to continue working with you in the future. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do for us. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, what we're going to be doing is actually performing a simulated search and rescue exercise, which is one of the primary focuses of Civil Air Patrol. In this case, we're going to outline a scenario of an airplane leaving North Louisiana, coming to South Louisiana, and on his return trip home, he never arrived home. At that point, we would normally be activated to go try to find the downed aircraft, and that's what we're going to simulate today. When Lieutenant Colonel Marchand briefs the mission, what we will be doing is using this map. We'll show the routes that we expected the aircraft to take on its return trip from North Louisiana back to North Louisiana. And in this scenario, we'll show that there's been some indication that that aircraft may have only made it to Gonzales and no further, in which case he'll point out the search grid, what we call a search grid, which is a very small, confined area that we're going to put this airplane in today and fly that grid until we find that airplane.
Mission base, Cap 1622, how do you read?
We read you loud and clear. Mission base out.
Ground Team Alpha, do you copy Cap 1622?
Cap 1622, this is Ground Team Alpha. We read you loud and clear. Over.
Okay, we're at the end of our first leg, and we're going to come to the left. We're still looking for a white silhouette of an airplane. I'll see something on my side. I'll see something right now, right by the school. Okay, it's on the right side. I'm going to turn. Let's inspect it, but it looks like I'll see something over here on my side, directly being the airport. I mean the airplane, about 100 yards south of that highway, east-west highway. You see it? Marvin, let's fly over it, and we'll get a coordinate. Okay? Ready? Mark. Mark. Okay. Ground Team Alpha, Cap 1622.
Cap 1622, this is Ground Team Alpha. Go ahead. Over.
Ground Team Alpha, it appears we have found the location. Ground Team Alpha, coordinates are north 30 degrees, 13.55 minutes. West 90 degrees, 54.82 minutes. Copy?
Cap 1622, this is Ground Team Alpha. We have located target. Over.
Ground Team Alpha, we will terminate the exercise at this point and return to base.
The stories you've heard are true. The Spanish moss sways more gently here. The swamp pop is just a little bit sweeter, and the chefs create magic in their kitchens on a daily basis. Romance has an address, Ascension Parish, Louisiana. This is a land of plantation columns and Cajun culture, Creole history, and bayou mysteries. Seafood gumbo and swamp pop. Visit and experience the magic of Homa's House Plantation, the Sugar Palace on the Great River Road. Enjoy spending outdoor time with family and friends at Jambalaya Park in Gonzales. Explore the T. Joe Gonzales Museum and admire historic Donaldsonville, once the state's capital. Get a better understanding of the Civil War at the historic Fort Butler commemorative site. But Ascension Parish is more than history. If art is your passion, you've come to the right bend in the river. Come and see the critically acclaimed primitive artist Alvin Batiste at work. At the Cajun Village, wander through a charming collection of restored Acadian buildings housing unique galleries filled with the original works of Louisiana artists. Go out back and try to spot one of their two gators, Big Boy and Nubby, and find art that stirs the soul at the River Region Art Gallery. Ascension Parish is also home to Louisiana's favorite outlet mall, the Tanger Outlet Center. Outdoor enthusiasts can't get enough of Cabela's. After all the shopping, you'll want to relax, get a bite to eat. Check out many options for dining in Donaldsonville, or head to Don's Seafood or Mike Anderson's in Gonzales. Dine at the Cabin in Burnside, which is constructed of former slave dwellings. Get a history lesson while enjoying gumbo, jambalaya, and shrimp etouffee. Not all treasures are on the National Register. Some are in the great outdoors. Go boating, birding, or fishing. Play a round or two at Pelican Point Golf Course on the former site of a sugar plantation. Visit the Lamar Dixon Expo Center. Come for one of our unique events or festivals. We have a full range of accommodations. Take your pick of an RV park, one of our charming bed and breakfasts, or our comfortable hotels. Go to tourascension.com to make your plans to visit now.
And welcome back to Inside Ascension, and we're welcoming you right now to the Tour Ascension offices. It's on Highway 22 in Sorrento, right off of exit 182 of Interstate 10. And joining us today, this is a new segment that we're introducing, and you're going to be seeing it regularly on Inside Ascension. We're going to be talking to Tracy Browning. Tracy is the Executive Director of Tour Ascension, which is the Ascension Tourist Commission, and they know all about tours and what's going on in Ascension Parish. And Tracy's going to be joining us regularly to talk about events that are coming up in Ascension Parish that you're going to definitely find interesting. Hi, Tracy. Welcome. We've been talking about this for so long. Yes. I'm glad we could finally sit down and get this done.
Yes, welcome to our visitor center, and that's what we also invite all of our residents and visitors to come by anytime to the visitor center, and we'll be glad to help you with information and tell you all about the wonderful things in Ascension Parish.
Well, I was going to mention that. If you can kind of see behind us here, we are in one of the anterooms. This is, I guess, for want of a better word, the brochure room, mm-hmm. and you have tourist information on really all over Louisiana.
That's right.
But if somebody is interested in doing a day trip or a stay-at-home, a staycation, or gee, what can I do this weekend? You've got tons of information.
Yeah, sure. And that's interesting because we do have a lot of residents that pop in mainly through the summer with the kids and say, I've lived here all my life, but we're just trying to do a staycation. Can you help me find out some things that maybe we haven't done? And they learn a lot about our parish.
Well, and how many people come in here and they go, gee, I've never been to Homa's House until someone came from out of state to visit me and I took them there. Exactly. So they never see what's right in their own backyards until they're showing it off to someone else.
Sure. And so we have a lot of those great little hidden things, and of course a lot of great food, and always festivals and events happening as well. So there's always something to do.
What are some of the things that are coming up in Ascension Parish that will be of interest to people?
So certainly we have several large events that are happening really, really soon here in the month of March coming up and all. And our first weekend of March 7th through 9th is the South Louisiana Family Festival. Now you might have known this as Extreme Rodeo in the past. That was the name, but they have a new name this year. It's out at Lamar Dixon again. This is a very family-friendly event, and they have all sorts of events from a ranch rodeo with bull riding and bronc riding. They have an ag farm and fair. They even have a stick horse rodeo for the kids.
Oh, that's fun.
They have a fishing out in the pond and a color run and jambalaya cook-off, of course, and truck show. So there's just all sorts of things for that weekend out at Lamar-Dixon. Also on that same weekend, there's going to be the Lania Festival, which is the first time, and it will be held in Gonzales, there on Irma Boulevard, where you might have known the Jambalaya Festival to be. It'll be in that location.
And this is called the Lania Festival. This is the inaugural Lania Festival.
And you know, they're very supportive for Stand for Autism. That's what the festival is centered around. And they're going to have a world of things of carnival, car show, you know, a lot of great music, a gumbo cook-off, and great food out there with a silent auction. So
yeah, there's going to be some great music out there too.
Yes, and so, you know, we'll have two really big events that first weekend in March to look forward to. So that'll be some great family fun.
So we want to make sure that the family, what's the family rodeo called?
The South Louisiana Family Festival.
South Louisiana Family Fest. If you are accustomed to the extreme rodeo, this is the same event, just made a little bit better.
Right.
Just expanded some.
Exactly.
So you want to take part in that, and it's really, really family friendly.
It is.
And then that same weekend, heck, you know, there's enough going on. You can probably do both, but then you can go down to Irma Boulevard and be a part of the Lania, the inaugural Lania Festival. Let's get out there and support both of these, and that's going to guarantee that they keep coming back, won't it?
Absolutely. Then moving on to the next weekend of March 14th through the 17th is the Louisiana Sportsman Show, which we all know is a huge event at Lamar-Dixon, and it is really the largest outdoor event. You know, this has been going on for 40 years. And so we're so pleased that they've chosen our parish to have this facility at Lamar-Dixon. I mean, what a great place to have it. And
Tracy, I've been out there for that Sportsman Show, and I've worked the gate, helping people come in. There are people from
all over.
I mean, they come from the Gulf Coast.
Absolutely.
Region. It's not just surrounding parishes. They come from everywhere.
Absolutely.
And they're so excited to be there, and
you
get
know,
some wonderful deals.
And they are one of the great examples of what a festival and event can do for our area as far as making an economic impact. Of course, it fills our hotels and our restaurants, and they shop at Tanger, and then if they have an extra day or so, they go to visit Homa's house. And so that's what we make sure that our visitors that come in and know all of those great things to do and what we have here, because if they've never been here, there's a lot for them to do in a weekend. So certainly that is something. Of course, they have the Splash Dog Retriever competition there during the Sportsman Show, and all sorts of boats and ATVs and, you know, competitions, food courts and merchandise and everything. So there's really a lot to do with that festival, with that event as well. Also on that same weekend, on that Saturday night, March 16th, is the first Bulls, Bands, and Barrels that's happening there in the arena. And we're going to have Frank Foster playing country music there.
Oh boy.
And it will be bull riding and barrel racing, and it'll be a great event and compliments to the Louisiana Sportsman Show happening. So there'll be a lot happening at Lamar-Dixon that weekend.
And there's plenty of parking out there at Lamar-Dixon.
Absolutely.
And now at Lamar-Dixon, you have the traditional entrance from Highway 30 onto St. Landry Road, but then there's also the Edenborn extension off of Highway 44. So you've got more ways to get in there. So that alleviates some of the traffic, and you can go through the back entrance off of Ashland Road as well. So lots of parking, lots of ways to get in there. So no excuses.
Got you covered. So moving on through March, at the end of March on the 29th through the 31st is the Louisiana Highland Games and Celtic Festival. Now this was established back in 1999. But the first time for our event to be at Lamar-Dixon, and it's going to be Celtic food, music, food, dance. They'll have cultural activities there as well, like wool making and bagpiping and sheep herding and things that we haven't really seen. So
get your kilts out, clean out that kilt and bring it out there, and you're going to learn a lot about the Celtic culture.
Exactly.
And the Celtic culture comes from Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England, the western coast of France, in Brittany. All of those people were Celts as well. So it's a really big melange of cultures there that's blended in that.
So that will be something new and exciting for our area to have, and we welcome everyone to come out and experience that. So.
And all of this is going on in March 2019.
In March,
wow.
yes.
Wow.
And that same weekend that's happening, Tanger is having a spring food truck festival on that Saturday, March 30th. So that'll be going on at the same time.
What's that all
you know,
about?
I mean, you know, they have some food enthusiasts that just love food trucks, and so they're bringing in about 10 or 12 food trucks from all different areas coming in. They're going to have some music. They'll have some shopping spree giveaways and things, you know. And so it's going to be a great little add-on for the end of the month and also the same weekend as the Celtic Festival. So that'll be great that we'll have all of that happening in the area.
That's a lot of fun stuff that we can attend.
Yeah. So also, too, I wanted to let you know about over in Donaldsonville, starting in March and it'll run through June, every first Saturday, they're going to have a market at the square, which will be like a farmer's market on the mornings. And then in that evening, on those first Saturdays, they'll have a little music in the park at Crescent Park. So in the morning on the first Saturday of the month, it will be the market and the farmer's market and all. And then that evening, come back, bring your lawn chair, and there's music in the park.
Oh, they got that really nice gazebo, that amphitheater.
Yes, it's really awesome.
It's really going to be beautiful. The pavilion out there, it's great.
Yes,
you're right on the river too.
And a great time of the year to be sitting outside.
Yeah.
So they're going to be starting that in March. It'll run through June, but it'll be the first Saturday of each month as well. So we're looking forward to that, and we invite everyone to come out and bring your kids and come sit out there and enjoy the free music.
Sure, you know, if you have not been to Donaldsonville in a while, there's some happening things out. Donaldsonville is still the parish seat of Ascension.
Yes.
There's beautiful architecture in Donaldsonville. You'll meet some of the friendliest people you've ever met, and
absolutely,
they're going to take care of you.
It's all of our history, our historic district and culture. Also, we have this great Riverwalk area, which a lot of people look for, a place to see the Mississippi River and the ship traffic and what happens on the river. And of course, you can get out of your car and you can walk on the river levee top there. There's
it is paved. There's lighting out there. There are benches and wastebaskets strategically placed.
And so it's really amazing to see what happens on the Mississippi River right through Ascension Parish, but you can go to Donaldsonville and see it.
You can see it in comfort, yeah.
Absolutely. So moving through to April, we're going to talk about
I'm worn out from March already.
So in April, just want to let you know about a few things that are coming up right now. We know the Magnolia Classic Arabian Show is happening at Lamar Dixon, and that's something that comes every year.
Beautiful horses
really
out there.
Very expensive and beautiful, and really a class act and everything, and it's just a really nice event.
So if people love horses, this is a great event to come to, because these horse owners, they want to show off their horse. They want you to come and admire those horses.
Absolutely.
And beautiful.
And that's really kind of unique for us as well. It's not the usual horse that you see on the side of the road, so it's something to come and see as well. Also over in Donaldsonville, they have Paddle Bayou Lafourche that happens every April, where all of these paddlers get into Bayou Lafourche. They start in Donaldsonville and they paddle all the way to the mouth of the Mississippi River. And so they make their stops along the way through all of the parishes, and it's just a great event to highlight our waterways and see our bayous. And so we encourage everyone to come out and support them doing this.
I have seen them out there. They really make a production of it. It's a trip. It's a trip to see. They'll pull off on side of the bayou.
Yeah, they camp out in their little tents overnight throughout the different parishes along the way. But yeah, it's a journey in a kayak going all the way down to the mouth of the Mississippi River.
Right, it is a long journey. Yeah.
So that'll be something to look forward to and all. And of course, in May we have Dreams Come True, the Crawfish Festival. It generally was in April in the past, but it's moved to the first weekend will be May 4th in May, and it will be out at Lamar Dixon as well. And
so it is a festival that's also a fundraiser for the Dreams Come True Foundation.
That's right, and it's grown every year. We've had it at Lamar Dixon, you know, and there are so many people that come out and support that cause, and a lot of great food and crawfish as well. So music and carnival and all of the great things in our festivals.
And the beauty of Lamar Dixon is, you know, in addition to all of the parking and everything, you can have outdoor events and indoor events, and it's almost like it's immune to the weather.
Absolutely.
The event can still go on irrespective of what happens with the weather outside.
That's so true, yes. And then of course, you know, we don't want to forget our jambalaya capital of the world, Jambalaya Festival on Memorial Day weekend in May. So that's something that we look forward to every year, and of course that'll be in the heart of Gonzales on Irma Boulevard.
That is a signature event, and is this going to be, is this what?
51.
51 years. This is the 51st year of the Jambalaya Festival.
Yeah,
and
you know, they have over 100 cooks that participate in that every year, and mini pot competitions and all, and it's just really so fascinating to see. It's not, you know, we have so many great cooks in our parish and all, but even they, I think, have to work on working for the competition, because they have to build their own fire out of firewood, and that's not usually how they would cook. You know, they would do it on propane. So this is really a true competition.
It's a talent. It's a talent and an art, and
Yeah.
it's hot.
Yes.
It's hot, cooking on a wood fire with
It
great big pots.
is, it is, but a lot of great food comes out of that.
A lot of great food comes out of that, and I mean, the music and the carnival and the arts and everything else that's going on. It's there's something for everyone at the Jambalaya Festival.
So certainly, and you know, we encourage everyone to always, you know, keep in touch with our social media, our website at tourascension.com. You can sign up for our e-newsletter on our website, and you know, you'll get a monthly newsletter to keep you abreast of all of the wonderful things.
I get that newsletter. It's really nice. It's concise, but it's got all of the information on it. And if there's something that interests me, I can either click on it or I can find a phone number or a website that takes me more. So tell us again, what is that website?
It's tourascension.com.
Okay. And what's the telephone number here if people want to call in?
Sure, it's 225-675-6550. And certainly you can find us on social media, on Facebook and Instagram as well, and Twitter. So, you know, we would love to help and tell everyone about what great things we have in the parish, and help you find your way and make your itinerary for the day. We have some sample itineraries that are on our website for, you know, if you're looking for a girls trip or a men's outdoor trip. There's a lot of theme itineraries that we have listed there to give you some ideas about things we have in Ascension Parish, and certainly we can help customize any of that as well.
Yeah, you have been so proactive in putting all of these things together. Just there really is so much to see, to take advantage of, to enjoy. If somebody says, "Oh gosh, I'm bored, I have nothing to do," well, we can help them with that.
Right.
Or better yet, why don't you come right off of exit 182 of Interstate 10, come on Highway 22. We're about a block off of I-10 in Sorrento, a big, beautiful two-story building here. Come on in the first floor, and they have all kinds of information, brochures, anything that they need in there.
Absolutely, and like I said, we would love to help you find your way through our parish and learn more about what there is to do, even for our residents that are looking for staycations, as well as our visitors.
Well, Tracy, thank you so much for getting this going. I know we've talked about this for a long time, but we really wanted to bring this information to everybody about the different things that are going on in Ascension Parish. So we're going to look for you on a regular basis now, included in the Inside Ascension. So you'll be telling people some of the great things that are going on and great things for you to take advantage of. So thank you for joining us for this inaugural edition of Tour Ascension in Inside Ascension. And I'm Martin McConnell with Tracy Browning of Tour Ascension. And thank you very much for joining us. And in a little bit, we're going to have some more of Inside Ascension.
When you're rolling with your crew, or floating down a bayou, you can do something great to help our beautiful state. Love the blue and don't pollute. When you're watching the parade, or eating snowballs in the shade, we can do it as a team. Keep our Louisiana clean. Love the blue and don't pollute. I said love, love, love the blue and don't pollute. Let's keep our Louisiana beautiful, y'all.
Right now I'm in the DPW Auditorium on Church Point Road in Gonzales, and this is the quarterly blood drive for Ascension Parish government.
This is something we do every 90 days. Why do we do it?
We do this because this is just one more way that we give back to the community. You know, we do digging, we do roads, we do all kind of infrastructure, and we also give blood. We give the gift of life as well.
There's a large number of employees that support this and are behind it, and we see them every blood drive. What do you want to tell those who come every time, and maybe those who are thinking about coming?
Yeah, it's fun. These guys are all regulars. Every time you come here, you see the same bunch depending on the hour that you come. It's very selfless of these people, of our employees. And I want to thank everybody. This blood drive is conducted by Our Lady of the Lake Hospital. St. Elizabeth Hospital in Gonzales is also part of the Lady of the Lake system. So all of the blood that is donated here and collected here goes into the Lady of the Lake blood bank, and it's used in St. Elizabeth Hospital, in Baton Rouge, in Gonzales, Baton Rouge, wherever it's needed. So this is, you give your blood here, it stays here.
It stays here, it's used here, but you can also donate in the name of somebody all the way on the other side of the country.
As I understand that, yeah. Whenever you donate blood, you can make a specific designation that will write that person's name down. So if you know of anybody who's going through a surgery or an illness that requires blood, you can donate in that person's name, and they will receive free blood from their blood bank. That's part of this, yeah.
It truly is the gift of life.
Yeah, it really is. I've got the good stuff here. I got some O-negative blood, so they call me every quarter to make sure that I'm coming. I'm very proud to tell you that whatever antigen is in my blood, it is good for people who are suffering from sickle cell anemia. So my O-negative blood is used as an international donor, and specifically to people who have sickle cell anemia, and so they get my stuff.
I get that call every quarter, and I wouldn't miss it.
No, I don't miss this at all. This is something that I look forward to. We're very proud of this, and we will collect, no kidding, 20, 30 pints of blood today, just from Ascension Parish government employees. Ascension Parish has the best employees. We really have a good staff. We have a great crew. Today we got a bunch here who are donating blood. Ascension Parish government really is part of Ascension Parish community.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside Ascension. Remember, you can catch replays anytime on our YouTube channel, and we welcome your comments at insideascension@apgov.us. The email address is on your screen.
Before we go, a special serving of Lania from Ascension's family of musical ambassadors. You can see them perform at the Lania Music and Seafood Festival, blues legends Kenny and Larry Neal.
So long, and let's all live positively, Ascension Parish.
Baby, you don't have to go. Oh, baby, you don't have to go. Won't you come on down to the fest and let's have some fun some more? Well, we're gonna get down to the seafood fest and have a good time. Gonna play that blues. The only thing on my mind, y'all, come on down to the seafood fest. Come on down to the Lania. I say, come on, everybody. We're gonna have a natural ball. Tell about it, Larry. We're gonna have everybody down there, y'all. We're gonna. Yeah. Everybody come on down. Sorrento, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Port Allen. Come on, y'all. Come on, Kenny. Come on down, y'all, to the seafood fest. down in Gonzales. Come on down to the seafood fest. We're gonna be balling up all them good old seafood, y'all. It's the best. Down in Gonzales, we're gonna play the blues. Down in Gonzales, gonna play the blues. Say now, come on down, y'all, to the seafood fest. See you there.